All right, everyone. Well, Everton 3, Leeds 0, and one of the most abject displays I've seen in a long time. Got Tash with us. I'm not going to ask if you're all right, mate, because no one can be all right having watched that shower. Apart from that, you all right? In your abdominal snowman costume?
£15 from Home Bargains, can't go wrong. Gas and electric bills right up high, so you got to get the.
I'm just going to let a few people come in first before I set off on what is likely to be quite an explosive rant when I get going, because I'm just over a lot of things now. I'm completely over this season. I'm fucking over it.
I can't wait till it ends.
No, I can't either.
I've never had a season drag out so fucking long, and we've been in there in Championship, in League One, and it just feels like it's proper dragging this season.
Yeah, I'm just so over it. I'm gonna list. Hang on a second. I did start writing things down because my head was that scrambled by about 80 minutes. That was like.
It makes sense of this. Writing it down. Sorry.
I'm over quite a lot of things. I'm over the incessant blind faith that a lot of fans have in Bielsa. I think you can be extremely thankful for what he's done, where he's got us, but is there a question around why he's never stayed at a club as long as ours? I'm over. For a man who loves the word evolution, this squad hasn't evolved enough since we got promoted. It just hasn't. I'm over the slim squad bullshit. I'm over the square pegs, round holes bullshit. And I'm over him having too much loyalty to certain players who clearly are not good enough for this level. I really am. I'm absolutely. I'm going to say it now, and I'll get a lot of hate for this. If he's only willing again, and we can't plan more than a year ahead because he won't sign a contract for any longer than a year. If he's not willing to stick around and plan, then he can go at the end of the season for me. And that's not me saying I dislike him. I don't want him to go right now because that does no one any favours, etc., etc. But if we want to move forward and evolve as a club, then we need to look at the bigger picture. Because for those, and you are, both from All Leeds TV and the wider fans, the "we are safe" quote that I've heard said today, "we are safe." Open your eyes. Open your eyes. We are banging danger here.
And more from that is, why do you want to be a club that just stays up being safe? Like, I'm not about that. I'm even though even if we get beat day in, day out, every fucking game, I will still, every start of every game, be fired up, ready for every game, and I expect the same from players. And I fucking hate the saying, I'll take a point. Why? You've not even set foot on the pitch yet. Stop saying that. We should not be that type of club. Like, I don't want to be like a fucking yo-yo Fulham and Norwich, and that. Just, have something about you. Like, the fact that people were just willing to accept that's a contradictory as well. Like saying, oh yeah, believe in Bielsa, believe, and then saying, yeah, but I'll take a point. But we're safe. Well, which one is it then? Is Bielsa this magic man and that we're going to be safe and everything, or like that he's doing absolutely brilliant, or that we're staying safe and that we're just scraping by? So what is it?
Yeah, and I think something else. I think everyone, if we and there's a very good chance we do survive. So I'm not sat here saying we will be relegated.
No.
Luckily, there's some really poor teams around us as well, but. And if we do survive, then everyone can expect Joffrey Gelhardt to leave in the summer because he must be sat on that bench watching Tyler come on and going, what the hell do I have to do? I've come on in games. I've made a difference. Yeah. This lad doesn't make a difference. Now, I'm not digging out Tyler. This is Bielsa's fault. Stop having this blind loyalty to players who have shown over more than 100 games now for Leeds United that they're not good enough. I'm absolutely over it.
I don't care if Tyler Roberts is fucking messy in the training. if he's not performing and doing it on the pitch, and which is shown time and time again, and like I say, this ain't just digging out Tyler because I'm just digging out Bielsa now. Everything was tactically wrong today, and and this is just 1.1 of it. But it's just for me the same mistakes over and over again, and it's like the thing is with Bielsa, is it trying to, you know, that saying, teach an old dog new tricks? Like, will he just, yeah, he's taken our squad so far in that, but then if he's not willing to get more players in and wanted to stick by that squad, then he needs to prove that that squad is good enough, and he's not, because he's giving the faith in the wrong people.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't know where the blame lies. We know Bielsa likes a small squad, but we don't know fully where the blame lies for no incomings in January. So if it is the board and they're not willing to splurge some money because this takeover's halfway through happening or whatever, if that's the case, then get the takeover done, take your money. Again, you've done wonders, how you've brought the club from being an absolute laughingstock under Cellino and previous owners. But
for me,
if we stand still in the Premier League, you're going backwards. And for the last few windows, we've not done enough. And certainly, obviously, in January, we did nothing apart from young Matteo, who came in for the 23s. And that's standing still.
I don't think that's a good enough excuse, saying that the board don't want to invest. Bielsa should have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. You know, he should have a massive list of players that are even just absolute nobodies. Rafinha was a nobody. Well, like, he weren't for France. Like, he was someone, but like to us lot, like in the English, being in Premier League and that, we didn't really know much about him. And like, you got him, there was Meslier, you know, there are players out there that don't have to spend ridiculous money.
Yep.
In fact, the ones that we haven't spent ridiculous money on, Rafinha, Meslier, and my mind's gone blank now, but the ones we have, Rodrigo, and I mean, Dan James is coming around a bit now, but for me, the ones that haven't cost a lot are the ones that have made the best performances. And there's tons of lads in this world just telling me that we couldn't get anyone, and we couldn't get anyone on loan. Like, it's just, it's not good enough.
Exactly. And according to the press, we were offered Donny van der Beek as one option, and he's pulled the strings in that midfield today for Everton, and we didn't want him. I mean, come on. It's just because I don't know. Maybe his body fat was over fucking 5% or something. So Bielsa was like, no. It's just all starting to feel like a bit of a nonsense. We have a good game, and then we have 2 or 3 bad games, and
it's not consistency with good games, though, is it? And the good games, I mean, I think I probably only had 1 or 2. Even the wins, they weren't that great. I just think we're making the same mistakes every time. I mean, Everton game, I think, was blasted over because obviously we came back 3-3. But I think we ignored the problems in the Everton game because of that. I mean, today, we haven't had any shots on target.
No.
Like, and I know that injuries are a massive thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's huge. And we see it even, when you do like a cup game and you just have one player out, like one, in the past when we've just had Bamford out, we've seen what a massive difference he makes when it's just a cup game. So to have so many injuries, and again, Dallas coming off, he's come off and he injured.
Yeah.
So it's just, I've heard that like Bielsa did last week 3 murder balls in one day.
Yeah. Sometimes I think just making them sit down and have a rest is a better option. I mean, and I knew I'd get some heat in the chat. Oh, you clearly don't support the team. Why? Because I'm not happy with us being rubbish.
I actually support the team more because I'm fucked off.
Yeah, exactly. Not well, that's another 90 minutes gone. Shrug that one off. Let's go again next week.
Not sport my whole week. I'm going to just live about my day. No, it fucking ruins my life.
That's it. And that's half the reason I like doing these post matches sometimes, because it's a bit of like therapy. Otherwise, the rest of my weekend is absolutely ruined.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm with you on that.
We've watched this club come so far in the last 4 seasons, and it's been epic.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that's the most frustrating bit about it is that like each season we've improved and improved, and it's like we just hit a wall this season. We've not improved at all, and to go from last season, you know, where we've ended up, and you just think, oh my god, it's going to be even better. Like, you know, with some signings and actual pre-season, because we didn't even have a pre-season last season. And you think, oh yeah, pre-season, everyone's going to bond together more, and like it's going to be even better this season, and it's just not. And it pisses me off with this second syndrome, like second season syndrome, because I think no, because you know this, it just, for me that's just a load of bollocks, because
there you go.
when people saying, oh yeah, we were found out in the championship, yet we went up the second season, like when he's in. So
yeah, fully understand it's the Premier League. That's why I'm saying that this squad and everything else hasn't evolved enough, because it is the Premier League. So
yeah.
I don't expect to win every game, but Justin, tell me that was good enough today, what you just watched. Tell me it was good enough. It wasn't. It was Everton, not Barcelona, not Man City, not Liverpool, not Real Madrid. Everton. Frank Lampard's Everton. Jesus, come on.
He's literally just taken over. We've beaten Frank Lampard plenty of times, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people will say, you know, and I did when I saw him come on at half time, I was like, oh, not Tyler. It's not Tyler's fault. He's a footballer. He's paid to do a job.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not trying to destroy the lad by saying I don't think he's good enough for the Premier League. I just don't. And I'm not good enough to do certain jobs out there. I couldn't be a fucking brain surgeon because people would get hurt quickly. I'm not throwing shade. The shade is on Bielsa for continually trusting him. And I've got to say as well, I'm not going to go through the players individually today. There's very few that are worth a shout out. Rodrigo was okay. Bill Ayling at the minute's got the touch for baby elephant. I don't know what he's doing. And I'm a massive fan of Bill Ayling.
But yeah. Sorry, my mind went blank then. You said something I was going to expand on.
I can't remember what I said now. Never mind. Reminding you.
Yeah, so for me, Bielsa is making the Leeds fan base hate Roberts more. He's making him get more stick for no reason, and he's bringing that on himself. I've had enough of Bielsa. He needs to go. You have to adapt in the Premier League. It ain't the Championship, like level above.
Yeah, we brought Bielsa in to do a job and to get us promoted, and he did that. And we've seen some fantastic football along the way, like blown away by it. And there's a picture of the man right there, and it will stay up whether Bielsa remains at Leeds or not, because I will be eternally grateful for what the man has done for Leeds United, the way he's reconnected the club with the city, the players with the fans, everything. It's been an absolute joy. But I'm just thinking, what's best for Leeds United? I'm a Leeds United fan first, not a Bielsa fan or a particular player. And what's best for Leeds United? Because I'm not sure that the path we're currently on is what's best for this club at the minute. So
my only concern is that I can't think on the top of my head anyone that's better for us at this moment in time with the squad that we've got. I'd personally like Bielsa to stay, but I'd like, obviously, with no injuries, and I just want him to stop being so stubborn. I do think he can take us to the next level, but he just needs the right backing and everything. And like you say, just stop being so stubborn with some of the players, some of the subs. You know, Oscar mentioned earlier the shape was completely wrong.
Yeah.
This game compared to Villa game. You know, there's just some games where we think, yeah, right, we found our way again. So next game's going to be even better, and then it doesn't. It just falls apart again the next game. I'm sick of this roller coaster at the minute. Why are we not getting better and better with each performance? And why? So, for example, anyone that comes up to me, and I said it before the game, oh yeah, like Everton had these players out, we should do them. Blah blah blah. These are the type of games we lose. Like I don't like that. Like when people go, oh yeah, such and such is out. Well, that doesn't mean shit, because they're the ones that we're losing against. Like the ones that should be for us to win. I mean, we're lucky that the teams around us have got beat, but again, why can't we take advantage of that? Why are we not winning these games? You know, fucking Newcastle beat Everton.
Yeah.
And they made it look so easy. And Everton's backline's been shaking, and you know, we can't even score against them and not even get a shot on target.
No. It's so today we very quickly switched to 3 at the back about within a couple of minutes of kick-off, and then Stuart Dallas gets injured. That's the prime opportunity for me, because we've gone 3 at the back. So Robin Cox stepped backwards to get Forshaw on and Jack Harrison can run the left-hand side, all the left-hand side, whether he's having a good game or bad. He's got the energy and the engine to run the whole left-hand side, and we can shore up that midfield. But we didn't. We brought on Helder, who plays out on the left behind Jack, and there was just this gaping hole in midfield again. And I've got no footballing coaching qualifications. I've kicked a ball around the park. I've played a bit in the past. Yeah. And I can see this gaping hole. So why can't Bielsa see this gaping hole through the middle of the pitch?
It's too low. Maybe we need to put Bielsa on the top stand so we can see this fucking hole.
Yeah. You might have to start watching games by drone, and we can draw a big circle on it.
You're not allowed on the bucket no more. We're putting you up there so you can see what we see.
It's just so typical Leeds this today. An opportunity to pull away from the chasing pack, an opportunity to be 7 points clear of Everton below us.
Yeah,
and they have as many players out as we have, and we go and the first 10 minutes I was like, oh my God, we're going to get absolutely slammed today.
Is that what Don Matteo said before the game? He said, this is our best time to play them.
Yeah.
But we can never take advantage of that.
No. Never.
But I must spin one positive out. What a save from Millie at the end there.
Yeah, because Dele Alli and bloody Rondon nearly made us look foolish. Dele Alli and Rondon. Jesus Christ.
Well, he just saved it with his hand though, like as if it were nothing. Jesus. Well done, Millie. For not having it 4-0.
For me, for this season, this is what I think happens. I think we finish 17th and we survive by the skin of our teeth. I do. And that's not me bigging up Leeds United. I just think that Watford, Burnley, and Norwich are worse than us.
Yeah, yeah. For someone who analyzes literally everything, why can't he see the things that we're saying every single game? He's making the same mistakes every single game.
Yeah.
The players are making the same mistake every single game. It's just ridiculous now. Like, I thought he sits down with them after, shows them all the things that he's done wrong. I think someone needs to sit Bielsa down after and show him all the things he's done wrong, because this is just a joke. He needs to start spying again.
And this is it, innit? We expect and we accept that some bad results will happen with the way we play under Bielsa, but it's been far too often this season, and it's been to the point where, like last season, we got some thumpings along the way, but we still played well. We still played Bielsa ball. We were like, okay, you can accept it.
We would get beat 5-0, but we would hammer someone else 5-0. Like,
I'm not even seeing it half. Sometimes, like the odd game, we turn up. West Ham, brilliant. Villa, we were decent, but we had a 20-minute patch where we couldn't have, stopped gas. Let's be honest. Yeah. We were that open, and it was just so we got away. We won at Villa, maybe a little bit. We deserved a draw, but it's been far too often this season. And I think it's down to the squad not evolving enough. Most of these players have been around now for 3, 4, 5 years, and I just think, in football, that's a long time, and I just think it's time to start changing things a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think, someone's mentioned there, if Bielsa does go, I think it depends what Huddersfield do. They're in the playoff positions at the minute. Worst case scenario is we go down and Huddersfield go up through the playoff. I'm logging off social media and emptying and deleting WhatsApp and everything if that happens, and Facebook.
It seems to be like there can't be that many Yorkshire teams in the Premier League. It's like a constant, like, Hull were really good at one and Sheffield United, Sheffield United, and then fucking Huddersfield and Sheffield United, and then us. It's like you can't have can't have that many Yorkshire teams. They must have a rule.
Yeah, not too many northern teams.
Yeah, we can't deal with northern. Gloat too much. Oh dear.
I think 𝐘𝐎 always been in the club's mind as potentially coming back. Though.
Yeah, I'm not all for that.
I can't say if we're still Premier League, I can't say I'm a massive. I'd have him back as a coach again and to still keep learning. Like if Bielsa did stay, then I wish 𝐘𝐎 had just stayed, to be honest. But he wanted to move on and
he wanted to
have a go at management, didn't he? But
someone keeps saying Joffrey's going to Cardiff.
He won't go to Cardiff. Joffrey's better than Cardiff. Joffrey's better than Cardiff. But I am genuinely concerned that someone like Joffrey at the end of the season will go, I want out.
Yeah.
Of
course, like you say, he's going to be sitting there thinking, what else do I have to do? When I come on, literally the whole stadium erupts, players lift, we have a different atmosphere altogether. It's just such a good vibe when he comes on, and yet he's not bringing them on. And he comes on against Chelsea, he scores. You know, he's coming on, and what minute did he even come in Chelsea? It was quite late on.
So it was
so late on.
70 plus, wasn't it? 70 plus, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd rather him start coming on at half time or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And
no. Well, because when I saw like Tyler and Forshaw come on at half time, I was looking at the pitch. I was like, who's come off? And then I saw it was Rafa that had come off, and I was like, oh my good God. And I know he didn't have a great game last time out, and he showed glimpses today, but still not great. But Rafa's that one player who can change the game.
Like, even if he had a really shit game, he could just pull out of a goal from nowhere. Like that's why you need him on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. He's just a game, and he likes scoring against Everton as well. He had 3 and 3 against Everton up to today. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just a bit of a broken man over it all now. I'm absolutely done with this season. It can fuck right off for me.
I'm with you on that one. I'm already sick of this year, to be honest.
To be fair, someone just sort of wake me up back end of this year. New season started. Hopefully we're Premier League still, and I'll go again because I'm tired.
Yes, I'm mentally exhausted already. Just
it's February the 12th, and I'm fucking done.
I'm the same. I wish I could be an animal and just hibernate from winter.
I'd be bang up for just crawling under my stairs or something in the dark and coming out in summer. That's fine.
Yeah, totally. And they don't have jobs either.
I know what Steve's getting at here, but I don't think we can say that this season. I don't think it is win the next game, especially against, don't get me wrong, we'll all be delighted if we beat Scum, who are fucking terrible, which is the only positive I can take from this weekend now, that they are dreadful.
So that means we're going to get beat by them, because when teams are terrible, we seem to lose.
Yeah.
And I
think to be us that we'll give Man United the shot in the arm that they need for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Thing is, I'm in South Stand, right next to them. It's going to be vile anyway. You know what chance they're going to be coming out from both sides.
I've been fuming that I didn't get a ticket for Scum. I'm now sat here, sort of, maybe a little bit relieved, because I think my head would go.
Oh yeah, definitely. In
be getting another Brentford post match.
I think it'll be worse than that. It'll be you flatting someone and being like, and what I was saying was.
I just can't take watching us getting absolutely fucking thumped by that lot.
I can't. It makes me sick.
Yeah, and it's not like we've been good against them recently. I know we drew with them at Ellen Road last season, but apart from that, we've taken 2 absolute wallopings, haven't we?
And the thing is, the pressure is going to be 10 times the amount because all the fans are back, and Leeds players are going to feel it. They're going to be so pressured.
we've said a few times on here that normally by now, and I think it is the Bielsa effect as to why it hasn't happened yet, is Ellen Road can turn hostile very quickly. And I think the scum game could be if we're 3-0 down in 20 minutes, I reckon Ellen Road might turn and get quite a hostile place. And that's not good for anyone. It's not good for the fans, and it's certainly not good for the players. But
yeah, I went to Man United game beginning of the season, and it was just so toxic. Like, I like banter and I like winding up the opposition team and things like that, but this just felt completely different, you know, more than I've ever known. And like, you know, I mean, Millwall was a bit meh, but it was nowhere near as toxic as this. Like, literally, you just felt it in the air before we even got there. I mean, they had a billboard up saying 98% of Man United fans don't see Leeds United as rivals. I'm like, well, why are you fucking why are you doing a quiz about it then? Because I'm pretty sure you haven't done that against Norwich or whatever. So we're clearly in your heads. Like,
to be fair, the stat's probably true, because 98% of Man United fans don't live in the UK.
Yeah, who are Man United?
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's every chance we go out and, you know, we potentially do something. It's Ellen Road. If the atmosphere is right and the players turn up with the right mindset, then who knows? I'm not writing them off, but I'm deeply worried about it.
Yeah.
And if that absolute penis Ronaldo scores, then that's it. I retire from everything. Yeah, let's just scrap the season. I'm not going to look at it again. Let's finish 17th and this squad needs to if we survive, this squad needs to overhaul in the summer. It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. We've got to splurge some money into this. Whoever's paying up, whether it's Rads or the 49ers or a combination of the two.
We'll do a whip round.
Oh, well, yeah, do a whip round in Billy's or something. I don't know.
I will happily pay over the odds to get an unders back.
I'll happily pay taxi fare for a couple of our players to go the other way.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
And yeah, do you know what, John? I'm not sure a hostile Ellen Road is good for anyone, but it's a good point, mate. Maybe they need to know that the fans aren't happy. I'm sure they do, and they can't be happy themselves with what they've done today.
Or is
I'm
it
not saying that they'll all walk off the pitch and go, it's all right, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, is it the fans getting on their back that's making them? You heard it here first.
Yeah. All Leeds TV exclusive.
It does make you question though, like when the fans aren't in, we get promoted and we have like the best season in the Premier League. As soon as fans are back, we're shocking.
This is worse than anything today. Fucking Fat Frank being able to gloat and I despise that man with every fucking nerve in my body. He rattles me. There's not many people who can like rattle me to the point of I can get rattled easily. Don't get me wrong, but rattle me to the point of wanting to put my head through the TV, and he rattles me that much. He boils my piss. Boils my piss.
Hang on, wait, this one.
I don't know, mate. I'd love that job.
I think we would make a right team, Chris. Come on, let's go and do a pitch.
I'd love that job. Fitness coach. They'd be absolutely smashed. Think murder ball's hard, lads. Stand by.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably look back at this and think, we've been too harsh and being stupid or whatever. I mean, I look back at some of the things I said last year and now look at this year. Yeah. So, you know, don't come at us and kill us, but we just, you know.
Yeah, exactly. This is a post-match reaction immediately after the game when emotions are high. I don't think I'll regret anything I've said today. Maybe I've gone a bit hard on Bielsa himself and what I see as the future for the club, but that's me just expressing an opinion and an option because I don't see how we're evolving at the minute. If Bielsa stayed next season and said, right, we need to rebuild, I admit I need a bigger squad. But even by 3 or 4 players, it makes all the difference.
Thing is, you see it, don't you? I mean, when 𝐿𝐶𝐄 got us promoted, he didn't really do much after, and then he got the sack, you know. And well, I mean, not to brag, but I've spoken to him, and he still thinks that he got sacked too early, and that he still could have done something with him. And that's, you know, like last year he was saying that. And are we too impatient? Do we get like that? I think that is becoming the English Premier League way. I mean,
it is. You're right.
You know, just we don't want to be like a Chelino sacking 13 managers in the space of like.
You're absolutely right. And I think if, like, say, Bielsa was on a 3-year contract, I'd probably more like it's part of the process. We just need to get through this season and rebuild. But it's this consistent 1 year at a time. I'm like, how do we plan for 2 or 3 years ahead when we don't know what Bielsa's going to be doing?
Well, not to brag again, but 𝐿𝐶𝐄 said to me, he said to me, he was like, it's hard when you're a manager because you have to plan like you're there forever, but then you've also got to plan like this is your last day as well. And that is such a hard mindset to have. I mean, like, you know, he's gone and got a house. He's built a house or whatever, hasn't he, in England, and on about moving his wife over and things like that. So he's clearly there. But the way I see the 1 year thing is I don't think that's Bielsa being a bastard about it and going, no, I'm not signing a 3-year contract. I think that's him being modest.
Yeah.
And I think it's, but are you sure you want me for another year? And well, let's just see how I get on, and let's just see. Like, I don't think it's him being a bit awkward about it or whatever. But I understand what you're saying. But then, in terms of football, having these so many year deals doesn't matter, does it? You know, you see players have them and then they go. And
I think with the way it is at Leeds with Bielsa and the board, I think we can all be quite confident in saying that Bielsa would never get the sack. So if you're the board, telling that, you know, we will give you 3 years to build this as you see. From now, we will back you financially. You're not going to get the sack.
That anyway, didn't he? He said we've got a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And he was saying he's got the plan now for Europe, and you know, I think they do that. Like,
yeah, maybe I went a bit. Yeah, you did. That's exactly it. We got promoted, won the league, and then we nearly went down the season after.
Yeah, we didn't win one away game, wasn't it?
Something like that. Something crazy, wasn't it? And that's it. This is the thing with Leeds, and it, like you said at the beginning, we don't want to be one of those clubs. And I'm not being disrespectful to the clubs that do it, but the yo-yo clubs or the Burnleys who set off every season and go, we just need to survive. Yes, it's only our second season back, but if we want to be top 6, top 8, we need to evolve, and the squad needs to improve. No blind loyalty to the same people. I'm not going to start spouting names because that's not fair to consistently dig out the same people. But
like, I'm not, you know, I'm not being naive. I'm not being thingy. Like, I know that this is going to take years. You know, you've had like Man United, Man City, Liverpool, even Everton, and after Everton have never been out of the Premier League ever, have they? Everton and us.
No.
So there you go. Like, we haven't been in there for years, and it has changed a lot. It's a bit of a smack in the face how much money has changed it, and so there is a lot to learn. And Bielsa's never been in the Premier League. You know, he had to learn a lot from Championship, and now it's another learning curve for him as well. Again, it's completely different, and you know, we might need to back off him a little bit or whatever. But like you say, it's just that he's not changing at all. He's not showing us that he's looking at it and going, okay, blah, blah, blah. And it's like managers are doing that to him, but he's not to other teams.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, I've just seen a comment pop up, and it's something you did mention earlier as well about we'll be all right when we haven't got injuries. One, we're always going to have injuries because of how hard we push the players. So never expect a full squad at this club. 2, Everton had a very weakened team in places today. Centre backs out, like Yerry Mina. So they weren't a full strength team. and they absolutely bossed us today.
Yeah.
The whole match, we were absolutely, completely outplayed. So I'm a bit bored of the injury excuse, to be honest with you.
The thing is, I'm like, so, and everyone's like, oh yeah, when we get injuries back, blah, blah. I'm like, what, in March, when it's like 2 months before the end of the season, is it going to be too late then?
Yeah.
We should have strengthened in January.
Yeah. Dallas now potentially out. Who knows what he's done injury-wise. I mean, he's a massive loss if he's out for any length of time.
Yep, definitely.
We're one or two injuries away from this season absolutely imploding. We don't know why Rafa's come off. Maybe Rafa's come off at half time because he's injured. We lose Rafa and say Meslier, fucking kiss this season goodbye.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's because we've got such a thin squad.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone says, oh, you know, you hear pundits all the time, Bielsa gives kids a chance. Does he? Not only unless he has to, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Joffrey would have been playing today, or certainly come on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got that much trust in the kids. I really don't.
No.
Tactical substitution. There you go. Thanks, Ginto. Tactical sub, Tyler for Rafinha. Wow. I can't even, I'm not even going to comment on that. I can't.
There is it's just pathetic. He's not seeing it, is he? Why can't he just come out and admit and just be like, yeah, I put my faith in him, and he don't fucking show up.
And I've got to a point because, like,
he is predictable. Frank Lampard, as much as I hate him, he's right. He's predictable, and you can only be predictable if you're good. Man City are predictable, but they're fucking good. They're allowed to be.
Yeah, exactly. Man City are predictable with £1 billion squad of absolute worlders.
You know where they're going to put the ball, but you can't do nothing about it.
I know Kevin De Bruyne is going to hit a worldy pass. There's nothing I can do about it, though, because he's absolutely mint.
Exactly. Predictable, but it gets in the fucking score, you know. Gets them 3 points.
It's just, I don't know. I'm just a bit broken by it all because, we are probably victims of our own success last season as well. We expected so much this year. I'm not talking about European football.
The season before and the season before, we've got better and better each year. So we expected it again this year.
And injuries does play a part in that. I 100% agree with that. That is where it does have an effect. But it's just been so disappointing this season. It really has.
Yeah.
And I think players are tired now. Certain players, you know, creeping over the age of 30, stuff like that.
And the thing that's really frustrated me this season, simple fucking passes. Just do them. Just, you know, like Alien did one today and it didn't even reach him. Like, and then, it just seems like they're like forgetting all basics and, you know, how many times have we said we're shit at set pieces, at corners, we're not doing anything.
Yeah. Rodrigo's the only one that comes out with any sort of praise from today. Really, I thought he was pretty good. He looked like he was surrounded by complete muppets who had never seen a football before today at times. He must be savagely frustrated today. And I agree with Brian here. I don't think Roberts gets in any other team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I don't. And that's just talking about quality, not how he is as a lad or anything else. He's obviously well liked, etc. But just from a quality point of view, I don't think he gets in any other Premier League team. Maybe not even the top Championship teams. I don't know. Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, like people are going to come at us and be like, oh yeah, jumping on the Roberts bandwagon again. It's not a bandwagon when it's clear right in front of your face. Yeah. And the thing is, I don't want to say it any much as anyone else. I want Roberts to do well. I like him as a person as well. I think he's really sweet. Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to be nasty about him. If he was a cunt and come on all fucking cocky or whatever and was shit, you know, then I'd easily be like, get him off. Yeah. But I don't with Tyler Roberts. I do want him to do it. I think he's a nice lad and he does try hard, but it's just not working out.
No, it's not. And for me, the other person and I've seen someone mention it, which reminded me, so thank you, is Llorente's well off it at the minute.
Oh yeah. I was literally going to flag that up.
He thinks he's prime Maldini, trying to pass balls all over the shop, and he's rashing the challenge, silly mistakes. Bill Ayling looks in a complete flap all the time next to him. For me, I'm playing Forshaw at CDM, and I'm putting Robin Koch in next to Pascal Struijk. For me, I think Koch's a better option there at the minute than Llorente or Llorente, however it's pronounced.
Yeah, agree.
I think it's a good question, to be fair, John. I don't think he's overrated in how he sees the game and his ideology of the game. He's inspired a lot of managers to go and do a lot of things, and he's made a lot of players far better players right back from his Newell days.
Yeah.
So as a coach, I think he's superb. As a manager and dealing with the here and now and the small picture, I think he can be questioned. I think bigger picture, yes, he's exceptional. But I think like the substitutions today, apart from the Forshaw one, but Forshaw should have been on for Dallas. I think he's very questionable, and I think it comes down to his stubbornness and his ideology, that he's so stubborn that we can only do this one way, that it trips us up in the Premier League. And when Frank Lampard's out managing you, then...
Yeah. You can still be, all guns blazing and, on it and murderable and all that. Like, we're not asking him to change all that. It's just the tactical side of it, like looking at how they will perform and how coming up with a plan B when it's not going right. He didn't really change it. Well,
no.
He changed Dan James with fucking Harrison and then obviously made the shit subs, but that's it.
Yeah, it's just it's like normally when you see a team make changes, the other team has to think, "Oh, what have they done here? What's changed? Where's the system changed?" We just put more square pegs in more round holes and went, "Well, you lot have a go now."
And that's the thing, isn't it? There was a point where we were like, "Oh, what's he done here? What's the formation here?" And he wasn't predictable. Now he is. And I mean, we're confused. So how do you think the players are? Like, we're confused when he takes off Rafinha. They were confused last game. Dan James were like, "No, I'm not coming off." Well, I think that's what he was like, but I've seen the video. It does look questionable where he said, "Nah, fuck off." Exactly.
Yeah. But, and I think, John, some of our fans have forgotten that as well. I really do. It's like
it's
blind faith in everything.
It's like saying, "Oh yeah, you can't question." No person is perfect.
No.
And everyone can improve. Even Pep with Man City, they've won loads of things. He's done absolutely phenomenal with them. But they'll have their dips. They'll have things where he's gone wrong.
Yeah.
And Pep has done it wrong. So
that's why he didn't win the Champions League, because he got it wrong against Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. You could have someone who has won all this stuff, but they will still get things wrong, and you're still allowed to say you've got that wrong. It's like saying, I don't know, like, so, and I know what I'm saying, but it's just I'm getting all tongue tied now. But yeah, you're allowed to question him. He's not
exactly. He's not infallible. It's not. It's like. It is like the Messiah, and if you dare question him, then you're cast to hell immediately as a Leeds fan. Like,
it's mental. People are just over the top. I'm not either way. I don't want to be Ozral. I'm not all that. Like, I'm not.
No. I'm merely asking that. I'm the same as you. I'm merely asking the question as what's best for the club moving forward. If it's him, great, it's him. If it's not, then thank you very much, Marcelo. You've done extremely wonderful things for this football club, and you will always be a hero and welcome back. But it's time to move on. We need to decide what that is, and we need to commit to it. We need to invest around it and move forward.
See, I'm not that way. Like, I mean, you've got Arsene Wenger. He was like brilliant for years, but then he still didn't do anything with Arsenal for years, and they stuck by him, and how long he stayed there, how he was then questioned at the end, and then obviously let go. and how much he did for them, how much he changed football in general, all the fitness, everything, that all came from him. And you know, there does come a time when it's like when you got technology, and it's always evolving, isn't it? Football is always evolving. You need to keep up with it. It's like what I said earlier, teaching an old dog new tricks. Something needs to change.
Yeah, exactly. Right, have we vented enough?
Yeah, I think so. I'll leave it
Right,
there.
cool. Yeah, I think I've got everything. I feel calmer now. I'm a bit more zen.
Yeah, I've had my therapy.
I would say it's been a pleasure, but it hasn't, because we were shit. Everyone look forward to the Scum game. Yay! And you'll see some of us over the next week, all the usual stuff going on.
There will be a fan cam at Man United.
That might be either exceptional to watch or like, nah, I'm not watching that.
It might just be me hanging myself at the end.
Just jumping into the tunnel below, like, now I'm done. Just head first and walk away.
This fan cam's a bit strange. It's a bit different to the normal one. I'm there like.
Last thing, this is where a lot of it is. Our fans are still excited about promoting. Well, look, that was great. We loved it.
Because we didn't get to really properly run on the pitch and celebrate and all that.
Yeah, we went mental. Millennium Square was crazy, all the rest of it. But you've got to move on and keep moving forward. Otherwise, we'll be commiserating. Oh, do you remember when we were in the Premier League again for a couple of years? Good, that, wasn't it? As we're sat in the Championship, headbutting walls again, going, this football shit.
Well, what is the longest year? How many years we stayed in the Premier League?
I can't remember. Like, when did the Premier League start? So it was after our title win. It's 92.
Yeah.
What year were we relegated? My head's honestly frazzled.
Probably about 94. Probably when I was born. I jinxed us.
Yeah, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I've done all research first. I can't even think. 98? No.
No, it was after that. It was like
2004, wasn't it? Yeah. When we
that's right. Ethan's on the ball with it.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah. 92, 2004.
And then we played 16 years of, or 15 years of mediocre football, and had a couple of good years under Bielsa. And the only other one who brought us anywhere near, really, I guess, was Simon Grayson, wasn't it?
I'm like this. I just don't get it. Like, Championship was so much fun.
I've been quite open. Well, we all have, haven't we? A few of us have said the same. As a fan in the Championship, I had far more fun. In the Premier League, it all feels a little bit like hard work.
Maybe because the pressure wasn't there. Like, maybe because it was just, you go in and you'd have the banter, it was the day out with your mates, and that was what you were focused on. It's the football that ruins the day.
Do you know what? I think that's absolutely hits the nail on the head. I don't think we knew we were bad before Bielsa, so we were turning up to go and get pissed with our mates and have a laugh, and the football didn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And all of a sudden, the football's become important again, and we're like, oh shit, this isn't great, really, is it?
Yeah. And I hate Premier League stadiums. They're just dog shit.
I just hate the whole ethos around the Premier League. It's so watered down. Like, I know the Tottenham fans have been told to stop singing a certain song now and about themselves. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's just all a bit pathetic, isn't it? If they want to sing that about themselves, then it's like people saying, I cannot say I'm X, Y, and Z. Random.
Home bargains, £15. And I'll tell you what, it even says, snuggle on the back.
On your back, it actually says Uggle.
It's my new nickname. Right, then we'll leave it there. But thank you all for tuning in our depressive episode, and we'll let you know how next week turns out. We may or may not be there. See ya.
Laters.